And turning now to news from Africa, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has called Rwanda the beacon of hope for Africa. The Southeast African nation is scheduled to hold a presidential election in August, but it appears unlikely that any candidate with the potential to win will actually be permitted to run against incumbent President Paul Kagame and his Rwandan Patriotic Front Party. Kagame, who came to power in the year 2000, is a close U.S. ally and received military training in the U.S. Ann Garrison has the story.
Leaders of President Paul Kagame's ruling RPF party are calling for the arrest of Victoire Ingabiré Umuhoza, the presidential candidate of the FDU-Inkingi Party. They've accused her of breaking the law by, quote, promoting genocide ideology. But Human Rights Watch says that law is a tool that's invoked against Rwandans who disagree with the government. Ingabire disagrees by stating that Hutus, as well as Tutsis, were killed in the 1994 massacres known as the Rwanda Genocide, in which up to 1 million people died. On February 3rd, a mob assaulted Ingabire and her aide, Joseph Nawangundi, as the two of them waited to register their party and her candidacy at a government office in Rwanda's capital city, Kigali. Mrs. Ingabire was uninjured, but the mob beat Mr. Nawangundi, and assailants stole her passport and national identification papers, which she will have to replace to enter the election. Mr. Nawangundi has since been arrested, imprisoned, and charged with genocidal crime in the Rwanda Genocide of 1994, though he, Ingabire, and the FDU-Inkingi maintain that Mr. Nawangundi's passport proves that he was not even in Rwanda during the 100 days of the genocide. I spoke to Mrs. Ingabire in a phone call from San Francisco to Kigali, Rwanda, on Sunday, February 7th. Some people say that this situation is very, very tense, very explosive. Mm-hmm. That it's very explosive, and that if there is no real reconciliation, there will be danger of more violence. Do you feel that that's the case?
Yes, because of the frustration among the population. You know, if you take a look what happened in 1994, why the genocide was possible in Rwanda, why this all crimes was possible in Rwanda, because of the political of exclusion. Today, of Kagame use the same political, they make the same mistake like the regime of Habyarimana.
Mrs. Ingabire thus says that the politics of exclusion now practiced by President Paul Kagame are like those of President Juvenal Habyarimana, whose death precipitated the genocide of 1994, and their consequence could be equally tragic.
And that report from Ann Garrison.